Holy shit. Are we ever fucking back? It's like we never left. We're so goddamn back. It's insane. We go from being so fucking over to so fucking back. It's crazy. It's over. Binance is getting sued. They're going after CZ. Gensler's out to get us. And literally 2 weeks later, we're going to $1 bazillion. Literally. Like, that's what happens next. Zoom out, because you're not even going to be able to fit the green candle that is coming your way on the fucking screen. So maybe the last part is a little bit of hyperbole, but it is good to see all of this shit happening as we come into key high time frame support. So if you watched my video yesterday, we talked about the bullish bias. We talked about a potential continuation entry because the pullback entry just did not get filled. We talked about kind of where our high time frame validation levels are. We talked about a bunch of good shit. So definitely watch that quick video yesterday that I threw up on the tube. But it's been a while. It feels like it's been a while since we've had one of these kind of moves, right? Just from the low, just insta reverse. Kind of feels like this, doesn't it? It's nice to have the market reacting bullishly to bullish news. One thing we did have is we had a lot of negative news come and price barely made a new low. We get some bullish news and price fucking rips, right? So that's a good thing. That's a good sign. We like that. We love that. So it's happening into key support here, which is great. If you've been following me a while, you know we've been watching these areas, right? So resistance here, rejection, high time frame support. Wanted to buy here. So I wanted to buy lower, obviously didn't get it, but we've got the weekly bullish SFP into weekly demand in the form of a breaker. We have the good news hitting. You go down to the lower time frames. You have the market structure shift on the daily and the 12-hour. This is a daily bullish market structure shift. We're breaking out of this downtrend line on the daily and we're getting a bullish market structure shift, right? Same thing. People are like, oh, look, we're breaking out of this daily downtrend. Yeah, we're shifting market structure on the daily chart bullish. This is where the shift happened on the daily. So we got the tag into weekly demand, the bullish shift on the daily. As you guys know, I've been waiting to bid here. So I got some exposure. I aped into some leverage, albeit a little late. I won't lie. I had a lot of spot bids lower than here. I wanted to see us run below this low. You know, I thought we might spend more time down here, but it is what it is, right? And that's why I gave you guys the continuation plan, because you don't want to be sitting here on your hands waiting for an entry here and then price just rips the other way without you and it doesn't ever come back there. You have to have a plan in place for the pullback and for consolidation and for continuation. You want to set yourself up for any scenario, and then when price unfolds, however it's going to unfold, because you have no control over that, you can react accordingly. So we had all of those things being bullish. As you guys know, my entry, I posted the setup in Telegram. I was like, okay, this is exactly how I want to get in, and I think this goes to 32K. I said, okay, this is what I want. Give me the little bit of a pullback. We had the breakout, 32K, stop down there. I even posted one with the risk reward tool, right? But guess what? It never fucking came back there. So am I going to completely miss this leg because price didn't come back here? No, of course not. I'm going to make a plan. Now, the one thing I wish I would have done differently is I wish I would have just bought more spot and just get in with more leverage on this pullback here. But I was greedy. But if you look at it, right, if I think I'm going to 32K and my plan is to bid here and we come within less than 1% from where I want to bid, I probably, just based on how bullish everything was looking, how bullish the news was, how bullish the chart started to look, the reaction on the weekly, I probably should have just aped at least a partial position here because we're so close to my entry. And sometimes that's when being too mechanical can bite you in the ass, right? So like I've talked about this before in videos and stuff, and someone's like, well, you know, if this is where my bid is and it doesn't get hit, then what the fuck? It's like, well, then you missed the trade. But part of discretion, part of something you learn from doing and just trading is you say, okay, this looks bullish. I think it's going to go higher. This is where I want to bid, but I think we're going all the way up here. The risk reward is really skewed in my favor. I have no problem aping in a little bit now, just in case it doesn't come back, right? And that's going to be something that you just do kind of on the fly, that you decide. That's not going to be something that's like a technical, like, hey, I'm entering only here and here. And if it doesn't hit me, fuck me. So I wish I would have been a little bit more aggressive with my bidding. but I was being too much of a technical C word, a technical anal, shout out to the old homie, and just never got the fill there. So then I had luckily laid out in last night's video for you guys the continuation plan. I said, okay, if we don't get the pullback to the level that I want, because we had formed this low here, I said, if we don't get the pullback to here, I will look for price to come in and tag the new order block that's being formed here. And as you can see, we just touched the order block there and then pushed up almost immediately. There was some people I know who longed this based on this. I got a little bit of leverage here, but like barely anything. I have spot Bitcoin, but in terms of being like maxed out leverage, I'm not, unfortunately. So I'm waiting for a new setup to form. So this one, you had to be on it because it was very quick that this thing played out, right? It dipped into the zone and then boom, 5 or 6% the other direction immediately after, right? So that was the continuation plan. Okay, we didn't get in here. I want to try and get in here. And now look where we are today, right? So just by missing the bids here, you're now, 7 or 8% behind where you could have been if I would have just been a little bit more aggressive. So it's unfortunate. There's still a chance we come and get a decent pullback, but now I'm waiting on a new range, right? I don't really have any other choice from a leverage trading perspective. I'm not going to ape into a leverage position up here. I'm just not going to do it. It's annoying that I didn't get the initial bids that I wanted. It's annoying that I didn't buy quite as much spot as I had planned, because I'd been waiting for this breaker for so goddamn long, but it is what it is, right? What is the next area of interest? So for me, you have a low here, and I don't know where the 12-hour high is going to form. Is this it? Seems unlikely. I feel like we're going to trade above that high in this next 12-hour candle, but wherever the new 12-hour high forms, I'm then looking for a pullback into this price leg. So just like on the down leg here, you have a range here to here. Here's your bearish price leg. When it's doing this, what are you feeling? You're feeling FOMO. I wish I would have shorted. I should have got short. Why am I not short? This is going to zero and I'm fucking not short, right? But then you get the retrace and then the real move, right? Then the next leg. Because if this is just a down leg, all you're doing, right, is waiting for this up part of that downtrend to happen. And then you get in on the lower high, right? That's all my strategy basically is, right? Is it's waiting for price to do something, then trying to buy a retracement into that initial price swing, right? And so when you're stressed here about not being short, right? And then what happens? It starts going up. Then you start getting bullish. You start wondering if the bottom is in and it's going to go higher. And you end up getting bullish right into the lower high. And then it trades lower, right? Same thing here. We had a down leg, it's trading down. You're like, oh fuck, I wish I was short. Rips to the high, get bullish, then down. Now we're in an uptrend. We've shifted. This is lower highs and lower lows. We now have a low, a high, and a potential higher low. So now I'm just doing the inverse of what I just explained there, right? I'm waiting for this price leg to form, and then I am looking for a retracement into the leg to get long, because I still think we trade up to here, at least. So that's the game plan. That's simple. I need to see where this next 12-hour price leg forms, and then I need to see a pullback. Does it come all the way back down here? Does it only come back into here? I don't know yet. But first thing I need to see is a sign that a temporary high is in, and then I'm looking to buy the dip. That's the game plan. So I'm waiting for this range to form, and then I will try and decide, where I want to bid. And hopefully we don't just go straight to 32, even though it feels like it. And I did it in Discord. I'm this looks really fucking bullish high time frame. Feels like it's just gonna go vertical, and it's gonna be one of those moves that you just need to get in, right? You need to find a way to get in as opposed to worrying so much about how you get in. So I want to see what happens over the next little bit here, because I want to get into more leverage exposure. Right? Even from here, a move to 32 is another 10+%. So by no means am I not interested in getting long. I still want to get long because I still think this has room to go to the upside. But yeah, I'm annoyed because the plan was laid out properly here. Just didn't get the execution that I wanted, but that's going to happen. So we are waiting. We have this key weekly high here. So if we sweep this at all, I think that could be a scalp short, but the trend is up, in my opinion. The daily trend has shifted bullish. The weekly trend would shift bullish on a close through here, right? Because right now on the weekly, we have lower highs and lower lows, right? So close through here, all of a sudden, now we've got a higher high on the weekly. Changes things, right? But any sort of sweep of this weekly level, I think would just be a scalp if you really wanted to short. I don't think that this does this by any means. I think if we get up here and we sweep it, I think it's just a pullback. And if you want to scalp this move, you can. But I'm more interested in finding out where does this pullback go to and then trying to get in longs, because I believe longs are the trend right now. I have a much higher price draw still at 32,000. So that's my focus. That's what I want to focus on. That's what I want to get involved in. Okay. But yeah, it's crazy how fast things change, right? We go from terrible news, Gary Gensler, fuck him, to the biggest asset manager in the world, another huge asset manager launching spot ETFs, Citadel backing an exchange. Crazy, crazy. And an uptick, one of the most interesting things, an uptick in buying from the burgers, from the Americans, which is great. We're seeing increased buying on Coinbase, right, from Americans, which is a good sign. There's the presence of a spot bid, and that's what you want to see. But yeah, this has given me this kind of reminiscent strength, like this slow bleed down. Seems like it's fucking over, and then bang, it's just gonna rip. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, right? Someone just said seems orchestrated. It's kind of like, okay, the SEC is suing. It seems like it's fucking over, and then all of a sudden, the richest companies in the world are like, oh yeah, no, we're getting in the crypto game. Almost as if they know something that we don't. Real quick, guys, this video is brought to you in partnership with Utrust. So as you guys know, I've been working with Utrust for a while. This is a company that I have invested in personally, and they've continued to iterate and grow and get more market share over the last couple of years. And with all the craziness that's going on in the crypto space right now, it's great to see a company like Utrust still focusing on privacy and making a real world use case for crypto for payments. So you can do online payments with digital currencies. It gives e-commerce businesses the ability to accept digital currencies and get all the benefits of that you wouldn't get with traditional payment methods. Used in over 180 countries, nearly every industry. They support more than 30 currencies worldwide, and they're partnered with some of the biggest businesses and organizations around the globe. What's really exciting, they're going to be rolling out the X Portal app. That's coming out on April 14th, and this is going to be their new wallet app. The UI is super slick, easy to navigate. This is going to be where you can take advantage of all the things that the Multiverse X, Utrust, eGold team is doing. You're going to be able to hold crypto on there, buy crypto. There'll be a card associated with it. Very exciting stuff. Congratulations on that major milestone to the Utrust team. Let's get back to the video. Okay, so let's look at Ethereum. So Ethereum's like a laggard here, right? I mean, if you look at Ethereum BTC, this thing is just getting absolutely demolished. Like it looks like it's going to, the center of the earth. It looks extremely heavy, looks weak. So probably gonna bounce soon. But this has been going down versus Bitcoin. This is a Bitcoin-led rally. I've said this in Discord and in other videos, right? Right now, the narrative is behind Bitcoin with the spot ETFs, with BlackRock and that fucking wish upon a tree or whatever, wishing well tree, wisdom tree. I don't know. Doesn't matter. The narrative is behind Bitcoin and the charts are behind Bitcoin. Most altcoins are bleeding into BTC. Ethereum is bleeding into BTC. It does not mean alts can't go up. It doesn't mean some alts won't go up more than Bitcoin. But on average, Bitcoin seems to be outperforming most things, and it's definitely outperforming Ethereum on this rally. Bitcoin dominance is going up. So it seems like a Bitcoin-led rally, and that's not a bad thing. That just means if you're trying along altcoins, prepare to potentially underperform Bitcoin itself, like many altcoins did just on this pump. So Ethereum is weaker than Bitcoin. So they can both go up, but based on how FBTC looks right now, Bitcoin will go up more, right? And if everything goes down, it seems like ETH will go down more. And that seems to be the case for most altcoins as well. If Bitcoin has a decent pullback, let's say it pulls back $1,000, a lot of these altcoins probably pull back much harder in terms of percentage. But Ethereum, the setup is similar, right? We came into the weekly order block. We had a weekly bullish SFP in the order block. Here is your 12-hour breaker. We've just closed through, and we now have fresh 12-hour range that we're waiting to form. So Bitcoin, right? The Bitcoin chart already has another candle like this. So Ethereum is lagging. So do you long Ethereum for a catch-up play? Well, that would be only beneficial if you assume that Ethereum BTC is going to catch a bid. But in terms of, bidding Ethereum, you can play the 12-hour swing, something like this for sure, right? Bitcoin gets the pullback, Ethereum pulls back as well. Play the 12-hour swing, so I pull back into here and then another leg up. But I don't know. I feel like the focus should be on Bitcoin. I feel like Bitcoin's going to be the higher beta play. You can potentially bid Ethereum, right? Like the setup would be pretty clear. At some point, the H12 here is going to put in a high. We're looking then to buy a retracement into this H12 range. Stop below that weekly SFP low, right? And that would be the kind of setup I'd be looking for. Or wait for price to come down here and then rather than entering and just having your stop here, use the lower time frame to try and find a tighter entry and use that to have a tighter risk reward. So this is effectively the plan that I had on Bitcoin. I had the swing long plan, right? Come back here, give me the entry. And then I also planned on using the low time frame to try and get in a low time frame trade here. Just never happened. Never got that deep of a pullback. So that's obviously annoying, but it is what it is, right? These things happen. I think I drew it out. Yeah, like this. God, I just give you guys all the fucking juice, right? So bids for the swing, stop there. And then in the same time, when we're in there, you look for your low time frame zone. Then you have a shorter term trade, and then your swing trade is the higher time frame trade. So the short term trade, right, would form on the low time frame in here, right? This would be like on the H1. And then the swing trade is just entering on the H12, stop below the H12, target the H12. And that's why it would have worked so beautifully on Bitcoin. It would have been so sick if it played out, because you would have had your swing trade get filled here, found a low time frame trade in here, and the low time frame trade you target here and here. So you're already cashing out. And then the swing trade you're targeting up there. But oh well. Same setup basically could play out here on Ethereum. So keep an eye on Ethereum, I would say, for pullbacks towards, 1740, 1750, and then potentially get into longs, stop below there, or use the low time frame to get something tighter, right? Because look, you have the consolidation, low, move up, consolidation, move up, consolidation, low, move up, consolidation, large move up. So it's like we're lagging, hence this chart. So if you think that this chart is going to bounce, you think that Ethereum can catch up, this might make sense. But me personally, I much prefer Bitcoin right now. I think that's the driver of this rally for now, and that's where I would be putting my focus. The narrative that equities are up too much, apparently it doesn't matter. I mean, Bitcoin caught up to the equities rally like in the last 2 days, where everyone's like, oh, me included. I'm like, why is Bitcoin not going up and equities are going up? Well, now Bitcoin is going up and equities are coming into resistance. So we do have to be aware of that, right? Could finally be showing signs of slowing down, but Bitcoin looks good, right? I'm buying the dip. Simple as that. Dollar, my bias is for a move up into here. And I was hoping this was going to be the move up into here, and that would give me that Bitcoin pullback that I wanted. But to me, the dollar is bearish from a high time frame view, right? We had our range here, ran the low, ran the high. This looks like a lower high. So on the low time frame, I'm just looking to play this as a continuation down. And that's going to be very bullish for risk, obviously, right? If this rolls over, that's good for Bitcoin. So gold, I'm looking to get long, right? I want to see dollar put in a lower high, and then I want to see gold rally. So I'm watching gold. We have this weekly SFP. We have our 12-hour breaker, market structure break. I haven't got a trigger here yet, but I'm watching gold and I'm looking for a setup, right? So I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe dollar goes up a little more. We run this low, right? And then I get a setup. Maybe we run this low. I don't know. But I'm looking for a bullish setup to form here, confluent with dollar putting in a lower high. If dollar just keeps rallying, this is going to dump more. But I like the potential for bullishness here on gold. No entry for me yet. I'll let you guys know if I get in anything, but I want to find an entry in here. And then I want dollar to be putting in that lower high, right? And continue down. Nat gas trade TP'd like a legend, Pico top. That was my original TP right there. I still have a large portion of this position on because I'm quite bullish on this chart. You delete all this shit, right? And you just look at it from a monthly perspective. We've got a huge move up, massive retrace into monthly demand. We traded below that low. Now we're back above. Go to the weekly, and it looks like the trend is just starting to shift bullish here. Higher highs, higher lows. And I got long on this higher low here. So assuming my idea is right, this low should not get invalidated, and this thing can really run. I wouldn't be surprised if this traded up towards, $4.50 to $5 up into here, at least up into here. So I still have 50% of my original trade on. I can't lose money at this point, right? I've taken enough off, and I'll adjust my stop if necessary, but I don't think I'm wrong. I think this is going to trade much higher in the coming weeks because I think the high time frame setup is really good, and I was able to enter on a low time frame relatively. I entered on the 12-hour, which is not super low time frame, but it's low relative to the weekly and monthly, which is where I was doing my analysis, right? We made a new high, ran above a low. This became a breaker, bang, longed it. I literally longed it right here. And where did I trade this? I traded this on Prime XBT. You can trade this on Prime XBT. But yeah, that trade going well. I'm in this Pepe trade. Daily demand, swept the low, right? We swept the low. 12-hour breaker right here. Move above. retesting. I entered at the top of the breaker, so I entered early. Once we had this shift on the H4 bullish, I entered, came into the zone. Here's our fresh order block that made a new high above here. Swept this low, market structure break. So I feel pretty comfy. I think this will go to target. But the main concern for a trade like this is if Bitcoin's going to pull back 2 or 3%, does this completely nuke? But this ended the day with like a 10% move to the upside. So I'm feeling pretty comfy in this. Holy shit. Are we ever fucking back? It's like we never left. We're so goddamn back. We go from being so fucking over to so fucking back. It's over, and literally 2 weeks later, we're going to $1 bazillion. Literally. Zoom out, because you're not even going to be able to fit the green candle that is coming your way on the fucking screen. We're so goddamn back. I'm absolutely flabbergasted. I'm bamboozled. I'm absolutely shell-shocked with how fucking back we are. If you guys are diehard followers, which you should be, because who's doing it like me? 1. Whose neck is this thick? 2. Whose watches this gold? 3. It's me. And he's got 2 thumbs. Could you guess? No meds today? What's up, Walt? Father's Day was good. That's just me getting liquidated. Don't worry about it. Man, I got wrecked yesterday shorting. Lost 4 trades back to back within a few hours. Please help. I don't know, bro. Maybe stop trading. Anything is possible. Okay, bro. Dude over here is afraid of Skynet. Come on now. Sorry. Bro, you motivated me to get ripped, but I think I tore a tendon in my shoulder. Jesus Christ, buddy. Here's the solution for that. You get a little bit of testosterone, liquid, in a needle. Wherever hurts, fucking just boof that shit right in there. Bop. He'll be right as rain almost immediately after. Is that a joke? I'm doing things. Do less cocaine. He's not a friend of mine. Absolutely disgraceful. Look at that. It's like the boogeyman, dude. I say cocaine and Trader as Z shows up in the chat. Unbelievable. If you go into your bathroom and you say cocaine and horse 3 times in the mirror with the lights off, Trader as Z will appear in your house with a pack of cigarettes and an 8-ball, and I'm easily swayed. I'm just tired now. I've been at my computer all day, and the last thing I want to do is go exercise. But guess what? Who's going to carry the boats? Joe Rogan. Who's going to carry the logs? Joe Rogan. I'm going to carry the fucking boats. I'm going to carry the logs. Shit's starting to get spicy. It's starting to get picante.